Help me reach 1,000 subscribers. Please, like the video and share your thoughts. In the comments, your feedback helps. Make the content better. The call came at 10:42 a.m. I was in the middle of a quarterly report when my phone buzzed, the screen flashing a name. Principal, Crestview Elementary. I answered, irritation edging my voice. Yes. A pause. Then a woman's voice, trembling yet measured. Mr. Hale, your daughter is in my office. She's been expelled. Please come get her. My grip tightened. You've got the wrong number, I said. I don't have a daughter. Another pause. Softly this time. Please come now. Then the line went dead. I should have ignored it. Gone back to my spreadsheet. Pretended it never happened. But there was something in her voice, fragile, almost pleading, that squeezed my chest. I drove to the school anyway. Inside the office, the air felt wrong. Stifling. The secretary avoided my gaze. The principal stood rigid by her desk, arms crossed, her face pale. And then I saw her, a little girl sitting in the corner, legs swinging above the floor, navy blue uniform slightly wrinkled, clutching a worn teddy bear. She looked up, smiled. Hi, Dad. I froze. My brain refused to process the sound, the casual certainty in her voice. The principal began explaining behavioral issues, an incident, a fight, but her words blurred. The girl's eyes stayed on me, too familiar, hazel like my ex-wife's. She looked 6, maybe 7. Her hair was in a messy braid, as if tied in a rush. Where's your mother? I asked. The girl blinked. She said you'd come? The principal frowned. You're saying she's not your daughter? I couldn't answer. My throat felt raw. I signed the release form just to end the conversation, and we walked out together, me and this child who claimed to know me. In the parking lot, she slipped her hand into mine like it had always belonged there. The touch burned. At home, I gave her water and asked questions that went nowhere. She said her name was Lily. She said her mom was Sarah, my ex-wife's name. That night, I sat alone in the dark, replaying years of divorce, silence, letters never answered, and that haunting memory of her leaving one night, whispering, "You'll thank me someday." I didn't understand then. Now I fear I do. The next week passed like a fever. I pretended calm, rational. But inside, something cold and deliberate began to take shape. I sent Lily to bed early and started digging. Public records, hospital logs, birth certificates. Nothing. No record of her birth. Then one night I found it. A photo buried in an old Facebook post. Sarah holding a newborn. No tags, no date, but those eyes. Hazel green flecks. My stomach twisted. I quietly ordered a DNA test online. No questions asked. Every morning Lily asked, "When's Mom coming back?" I smiled, pretending to know, pretending I wasn't drowning in questions. I remembered Sarah's strange absences before the divorce, sudden trips, late night calls she took outside. I had trusted her not to ask. Now I wished I had. When the test kit arrived, I told Lily it was a game. "Spit in the tube," I said, forcing a smile. She laughed, trusting me. 3 days later, the results arrived. My hand shook as I opened the email. Probability of paternity, 99.98%. The world shrank to a single undeniable point. Sarah had lied. Hidden a daughter. My daughter. I didn't feel anger yet. Just cold precision. That night I called her. First time in 7 years. She answered on the second ring. "Ethan," she said, her voice still carrying that familiar, deceptive softness, the one that used to calm me, control me. "I met Lily," I said, pause, barely audible. "Oh, why didn't you tell me?" She exhaled shakily. "You wouldn't have stayed." Something inside me cracked, quietly, like glass under pressure. "You took that choice from me." She needed stability, I said. "You were too cold." Always needed control. Control. The word hung between us, sharp as a blade. I ended the call. The next day, I went to the school, met the same principal, handed her the DNA report neatly in a folder. "She's my daughter," I said flatly. "Enroll her again." The principal hesitated. "And her mother?" I smiled, thin and deliberate. "She won't be coming back." That evening, I packed Lily's things and moved her into my apartment. Her drawing still faintly smelled of Sarah's perfume. I didn't call again. Instead, I mailed the DNA results to Sarah's employer, addressed to her manager, labeled for HR, family disclosure. Her perfect life depended on secrets. I buried none. Weeks later, Lily slept on the couch beside me, TV humming softly. I watched her breathe, calm, innocent. She would never know what her mother had done, and I wouldn't tell her. Some truths are cages meant to stay locked forever. I walked to the window, watching the city lights, cold and distant. Sarah called once more. I let it ring. Control wasn't what I wanted anymore, only peace. I glanced at Lily, then turned off the light. She would never need to know how close she came to being forgotten. Sarah, however, would never stop wondering how I found out. I slept easily that night, for the first time in years. Sometimes the quietest revenge is letting the truth live where guilt can't escape.